Welcome to the Great Days Golf podcast, a new podcast from Great Days Golf, which involves myself, Sean Holly, Rich Edwards, our new director of travel, and my captain pirate, Jones, our disabled golfer. Delighted you tuned in. Today we've got a very special guest, former Wales International, Crystal Palace, Celtic, and loads of others. Joe Ledley. Leds, thanks for joining us today. Keen golfer.
Pleasure. Yeah, thanks for having me.
You haven't played much golf lately, no doubt.
Not this year, no. The weather's been absolutely shocking. I haven't bought the clubs out.
La Manga 2025 is where you want to come.
Yeah?
For a bit of,
I've heard about this.
Bit of sun in January.
I've heard about this trip. It seems a good one.
Have you been down the range, or have you simulator, done any practice? Or
Nothing at all. I just haven't got... the weather's been so bad, and I haven't had time to get away or anything, so just left them in the house. And probably a good thing, because near the end of last year, I was just shocking. Changed my clubs as well, and it just hasn't helped. I got them measured and just... got worse.
The expectation, when you get fitted and made a new club, the expectation's massive.
Yeah,
it's like you expect then to become Tiger Woods overnight, don't you?
Yeah, no, you do. And I kept these clubs since the age of like 21. So I've had them for about 15 years, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to change them up. Went out, got the P790s, fitted, everything, and just can't hit it. Absolutely shocking.
We turned up at Monmouth, like Joe come to my chair, every day. Got my new bats, he said. Got my new bats. Great. They're awesome. I said, my God, they look good, Joe. Yeah. They're going to be great. Great. And it was an absolute disaster on the first one. The first 3 or 4
You were the
holes.
same, mate.
topping it.
You changed your driver. Yeah, I got a new putter today. Changed my driver. Got this guy. I said, Mike, might not be the equipment, like, it might be you.
It's definitely not the equipment.
We all do it, don't we? I've had 4 or 5 putters in the last year, so yeah.
Putting is probably the thing that you try and seek and find, don't you? With putters, I just stick to one thing I do, and then just be crap with the same one all the time.
As soon as it stops working, I buy a new one then.
Do you?
Yeah. It might last for 6 weeks, and then I buy a new one.
Does it work?
No. Yeah, for 6 weeks, and then cost me a fortune.
I know, yeah.
So what are you doing with yourself, Joe? If you're not playing golf, what are you doing with yourself?
Well, I feel like an Uber driver at the moment, just picking the kids up, dropping them off after school clubs, do a bit of media work here and there. Ambassador for the FAW as well, so do a few events for them, and then hopefully soon I'll be on the course as well playing. Yeah. So
what's the mood like, man? I mean, I think we all felt it, you know, and we felt for poor old Dan James, you know. When the camera panned, I didn't know it was the 5th kick, you know, penalty taker. Yeah. You could just sort of see his face. When you look at it back, you see his face, you think, oh, it's Dan James. You know, you've got to feel for the kid.
Yeah, you do. And it's, you know, I think Wales at the time were flying, especially in that first game against Finland with the result and the performance they put in. And not just that, he's been on fire for Leeds, Dan James, and he scored as well against Finland. His confidence must have been high, but it's always got to be a lose at the end of the game. And, you know, it's just typical that it had to be Wales. And, you know, especially going to Germany, which is not far, and having a good Euros would have been perfect for him, because the one before was in COVID, not many fans, and then the World Cup in Qatar just wasn't the same feeling. So this would have been the icing on the cake. But I think if you look over the years, we have been blessed with, I think, 2 Euros and a World Cup in 8 years. So, you know, Welsh football is going in the right direction, and it's just one of those games which is, you know, we felt hard done by.
Yeah, look, you know, I used to play football a long, long time ago, but I felt we deserved to win it, and the Finland game was excellent. You say that about we've been lucky. I'm old enough to remember, though, right? I'm old enough to remember.
Paul, 1956?
Mate, 58. Sweden. not quite. But honestly, we had some dreadful luck, right? We had some... Joe Jordan handled the ball in the box in Anfield, and they were given a penalty, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, you guys... You're old enough, right?
Definitely.
And what was the other one then? Where Jock Stein, I think, had a heart attack. That night, that was a penalty, wasn't it? Another penalty. Paul Bowden then, it's the bar, another opportunity. I thought it was never, ever going to happen. And then, of course, the Euros that you played in, wow, you know, Welsh supporters. That must have been an amazing feeling out there.
Yeah, it was incredible. Just first of all, to qualify for the major competition for many years was just, you know, unbelievable. But we knew we had the players to do it, and we knew it was our time. If we weren't going to do it then, and we probably would never have done it. You know, 2 world-class players, Gareth Bale and Aaron Ramsey. If you got them in your team, then you've got an unbelievable chance, and that's what we believed. And then it's about winning the fans over, because, you know, at the beginning of my career, we were struggling to get 3,000 to 4,000, in the Millennium Stadium as well, which was, a big stadium, and the atmosphere was dreadful. But, we got the fans on board, and we could see that we were building, and then we just had to qualify, and to qualify for 2016 in France as well, a great place to do it, great stadiums, great culture. It was just remarkable, and we had a fantastic team off the pitch as well. The team bonding was magnificent. I think you ask any of those players, they say exactly the same. It was like a club environment. Everyone got on, the banter was flying, and that's what you need, especially when you're away for 10 days, and in the Euros we're away for longer than we expected, and there was no trouble. Everyone just got on, and it was just a great feeling.
So when you're in those major tournaments, then obviously new to you, you're a pro footballer for a while, and suddenly you're in a new environment again. Like the bit that interests me is, how do you manage your sort of day-to-day nerves? Because they can drain you, like especially when we play golf and we're nervous, that can drain you towards the end of a round. Do you get a similar situation in football where those nerves, you have to manage them to...
Yeah, I think sometimes
it can affect your physicality.
A lot of players are different. Football now, and the technology that you've got and the recovery and everything is spot on. There's so much stuff for you to make you better and recover better. And I think it was just, we had so much adrenaline. Just being there and day-to-day stuff was just got us over the line. And I remember James Collins said right at the beginning, let's just enjoy it. It could be our last. It was my last one. So let's just go out there and enjoy it, enjoy being around each other, enjoy waking up, messing around. We had kangaroo courts.
Yeah.
I was up all the time.
I can imagine.
If you leave your pants anywhere, or if you do something, everyone's stitching each other up, and I was up about 3 or 4 times. But it was great. It's wasting time as well, and everyone was having a laugh. So we enjoyed every moment of it.
That's. I remember seeing those. I think we've all seen them on the Lions tour. A few years after a Lions tour, you sort of get the videos come out of the behind the scenes and the camaraderie, and that, it sounds like that's what Wales had going in that Euro.
We used to roll the dice, see. So
that's what we did.
Yeah, roll the dice. So we'd have you'd have a social committee, wouldn't you? And you'd have a fines committee. So Richard Hibbard, the big hook guy, Talbot boy, he'd be involved in that. So let's say Joe was late for training, right? Which is a no-no in professional sport, right? You're late for training. All the boys are there waiting. Coaches there waiting. You're all set up. It's a no-no. So the fines committee would take note of this, and then at an appropriate time, you'd go through the fines. Well, you'd have like a roll of dice. Number 1 might be a monetary fine. Number 2 might be, I don't know, tidy my bedroom. 3 would be clean the coach's car, right? 4 might be whatever they think up, So I had my car cleaned quite a bit. If you rolled a 3, I was like, yes. What were your sort of fines?
It was similar to that, obviously, because there was no fines because it was international, but it was roll the dice. 1 would be like make teas, 2 would sing a song, 3 would be dance, 4 would be a phone call on the speakers, 5 was like a get out of jail card, and then 6 was, I think it was like cleaning up or helping the kit man. So the one you didn't want is sing a song. I would dance.
I see you dance.
I then phoned someone. I had phone called twice, and I think it was sing a song. So I was up there 3 times. I rolled those ones. I was just typical. But it was brilliant because there's all mic'd up. There's all the speakers was on. So you just ring. I think I rang the guy with the FAW who looks after this. And he was in the other room, so I had to ring him and say, I'm feel homesick, pretending to cry. Can you book me a flight? And he bought it a bit, but everyone started to laugh. And then he said, you know what? Yeah, I'll book your flight. You shouldn't have been on this trip anyway. You're not good enough.
Fair play.
Double whammy.
I can't say the other ones.
Did you get to play golf out there in France when you're on the Euros? Did you manage to sneak away?
No, we didn't. What we normally do is we meet up in Portugal a week or 2 before Vale de Lobo. We stay there, and we have a training camp, and then obviously it's down to the coaches to decide who makes it or not. But yeah, we always used to play Vale de Lobo. The course is there, the ocean, and the other one. Portugal for me is my favourite.
Yeah, Portugal.
Yeah, I do like Portugal. I just think fairways, the greens, just everything about it.
Whereabouts have you been in Europe to play golf?
Not many. Mostly just Portugal.
Is it just Portugal?
Quinta do Lago, yeah.
But you're a Portugal spec. Okay,
Went to Marbella as well.
I'll be tapping you up for some information then on some of those golf courses.
You would have stayed at Browns, didn't you? But you stayed at Browns in Villamora, the training camp?
No, we didn't. No.
You've been there, though?
I've been there,
You
yeah.
must have.
I've seen that, yeah.
So we took the rugby sides there a few times. Ideal, go and play the courses in Villamora in that area. But it's Portugal. We'll have to look at that, Rich. I think it's a popular destination, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been number one, I think, in Europe for quite a while. Turkey is hot on its tail.
Yeah. Funny enough, I played Turkey. Yeah, Balek. I've played there.
Have you?
Forgot about that, yeah. The lovely ones.
Yeah, I mean, it's, again, you can only really play there kind of October, November. It's too hot in the summer, but amazing resorts, 5-star hotels, really well looked after.
Yeah.
Well, stay tuned, Les. We're looking at November, end
November.
of October, early November. Great Days Golf travel trip to Turkey. Get your teeth done at the same time.
Yeah. And hair.
I can get it finished off. I can get it finished off.
Hergé's Adventures of Tintin.
He's coming back, won't he? Looking $1 million.
Don't encourage him. I've seen grass go quicker than that.
It's true. 6 months in now. The surgeon said, he doesn't know what's happened to the back, but it'll come.
So what's to improve this summer, Joe Ledley's golf? What areas you game in?
It varies every single time. I'm confident with my putting. I don't mind putting. You've seen my putt, Mike, a few times. I don't mind putting. I think it's more the irons I just need to work on. I've got a bad back and a bad hip, so obviously the posture and everything goes straight out the window, so that don't help. So it's just adjusting to that.
I reckon, honestly, from watching you, it's very similar to you, Sean, when I first played with you.
Right, he's playing well then.
Well, you weren't, were you? You were like, you hit it a long way, but it could go it could go anywhere, right? And it was just understanding. And we talked about it at Mama Show, and we tried to work on it and get you more rhythm. Hit it with more rhythm. Right. And then you hit it with more rhythm on that one par 3, but down the wrong
side.
And he said, "Do you think this is too much club?" And I'd looked at how he'd been hitting it, and I think it was 200-yard par 3, and he had a 7-wood or a 5-wood. And thought, right, here we go. Nice smooth swing on it, and he absolutely nailed it. Dead straight, 40 yards off. Oh my God, he's on the next.
It's a lovely swing as well, isn't it? I was right over the top.
It was the best strike of the day. And I think you made 4 as well.
I think I did,
bushes.
I got it over.
Yeah.
I got away with that one, but yes, just erratic. But I love it. I love golf. It's just one of those things.
It brings you back all the time.
Yeah.
There's one shot. People say to me all the time, and it is, there's one shot or the last hole or something. It's really addictive, and I played a lot of, like you, played a load of sports.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's the best sport.
Yeah,
You're
100%.
involved all the time. Yeah. You get the banter, you get the competition. You're out in normally decent conditions in a nice place. Yeah. For me, it's the best sport.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
It's what drags you back. And like, so I've just come back from Paris, finished 3rd in a tournament with a quadruple bogey on the last but 1 hole. But I played the last hole then, tamping, angry, blown the tournament, birdie it. And as I'm picking the ball out of the hole, the 3 French guys I'm going with, I hate this game. I hate this game because it's just giving me the impetus to, right, let's get back at it. Yeah. Right, I can play it, I can do it. Let's just get back at it.
It's so different to team sport as well, isn't it? Yeah. Because if you play bad, it's you. You play bad. If you play well, it's you.
Yeah, you can't blame anyone else. Like.
Yeah, it's quite gratifying when you play well. Oh, that was me today.
Having said that,
yeah, it's true.
I played a scramble last week, and there was, bless him, there was a 28 handicapper playing with me, and he played okay, but he had to get a minimum 3 drives in. Got the last 3 holes, he hadn't had a drive in.
Oh no!
Because we were going well, And I was like, I give an example. The 4th last hole, so there's 4 to go. It's a par 4. I've used my drives, and we've got to get him in. And he's hit a nice run over the pond. All right, I've driven the green with 20 foot for an eagle. I'm going, boys. They all go in. We got it. We got to take that one. So then this poor guy is like this. He's got to get 3 drives in. And he spanners all 3.
That's pressure. Yeah.
He spanners all 3, and then we got no chance. So I'd rather just.
Did he not hit any good drives then during that?
Bless him, he couldn't
do it.
You've got to manage. Scramble, the hardest thing is getting the drives in.
I hope he's not watching this.
I think when we do them, when we've done them at Great Days Golf, we make it fun, take the pressure off. We say 2 drives.
Yeah.
So you've never got that situation of someone feeling awkward or under pressure, and it makes it more fun. The scores are better. Everybody loves shooting. Who wouldn't like shooting 13 under par? You know, to me, it's just the best format out there. You know, like when we were talking, Joe, and you played with us you played a few of our days now, like thankfully for coming along and supporting us. But at Monmouthshire, I noticed a couple of times in the bunkers, you found them quite difficult.
I can't stand bunkers. I
to
can't
get your head
stand
around.
it.
So what is it that scares you about them?
Committing.
Do you see the ball going too far?
over the top? Yeah.
So you know,
I remember you saying to obviously get under it and obviously follow through, take an inch or 2 behind, but I just feel like I'm just going to fin it, or it's just going to go right over the top.
I think what I notice is when you're playing them, and I think a lot of amateurs do this, is as they come into the ball, they're too keen to sort of look for the result and see where the ball's going, and then that just lifts the club a bit, and you can't commit. Yeah. But if you can get your setup set nice and solid, so lean towards your left side, have the club face slightly open, aim slightly left, and when you're practicing, just get used to sort of feeling the back of that club slamming into the sand.
I think it's the hardest
and
shot.
And that gives you the feel of what you're trying to do. So there was a great tip you see on the internet all the time where they draw a line with your club when you're practicing, and then get used to hitting that line. And I guarantee when you start it, you'll be hitting behind the line all the time. And just keep practicing hitting that line. Then you put a ball there, hit the line with the ball just in front of the line. And you go, suddenly you hit a golf shot and you go, oh my God, I can play this shot with speed and commitment. Because speed is everything. And you've got so much natural speed in your golf swing, which is, but it's learning then to use that as an ally and not a foe. Yeah. And you're going to progress. We'll play more this summer now and work on those little small tips in setup.
Got to laugh. That's it. You said the Joe there. The thing is, when you're practicing, how often do we genuinely practice out of bunkers, isn't it? Any of us?
Hardly any,
no.
There's not many courses really in Wales that have those facilities. Volcanis is probably one of the best.
Yeah, you don't really have much, do you?
No.
Bunkers.
Going back to that, though, like speed, Gary Player's analogy is like the match. Yeah. You can't like the match by doing that. You got to, I always think of that when I'm up in my bunker, like the match. Get the speed in there, get your right hand in there.
That was a good point, because that fantastic bunker shot you hit playing with Sean out of an impossible position. There was good speed and acceleration.
That's the only time.
In the way he picked it up, it was.
I was going to say,
the only time the ball's going to be below Rich's feet, to be fair, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Good. I didn't say that.
Look, we're going to talk Masters in a minute, but before we do that, Joe, we can't have you on this without going through. I don't know if you remember. I did this event. I was hosting an event with Shirley Bassey. Goldfinger. Massive name drop. But I had to auction for the charity 8 places for a training session for kids. This was pre-Euros that we talked about with Joe. Gareth Bale, Joe Ledley, and Wayne Hennessy. All right. So I thought, this is about £1,000, isn't it? And I said, right, who's got 8 places? Who's going to £1,000? No hands went up. So my wife was there. It's a black tie dude, Shirley Bassey, all this. I said, I tell you what, then I'm having the first 2 for my 2 boys, 1,500 each, £3,000. 2 are gone. She's looked at me, gone. Did you spend £3,000? And I'm like, well, I think it's an amazing opportunity. So anyway, 6 hands went up, bang, 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 sold 8. What's that? 8. That's £12,000 for the charity. Boom, done. Anyway, cut a long story short, we go. The whole family went up, and they were great, right? We watched the training session. They had the small session with Joe and Gareth and Hennessy. They went for lunch then. All the family went for lunch with them. They signed them a shirt, and it was fantastic, right? But on the way up, my middle boy, Ryan, said, who was a bit cocky at the time, he says, Dad, I'm going to nutmeg Gareth Bale today. I'm like, right, At the time, Gareth's probably the best player in the world, isn't he? All right. So I'm filming everything now, and Joe and Gareth now, they come and approach Ryan as he's on the ball in this little small-sided game. Well, if he did, he kicked it through Gareth Bale's legs. He's called it like that. And Gareth Bale's gone, he's next me. Run the tape.
Oh, he's done him as well.
Yeah,
He's gone
did.
straight for
Fair
it.
play.
He's gone straight for it.
Fair play to
Fired
Bill.
it
He
through.
called it, yeah. Oh, I can imagine Ryan.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
kudos he would have had with his...
Set his day up like that.
Right then, Masters. Joe, who's your tip? Obviously, Augusta, we all love watching it. I watched the par 3 thing, and I was enjoying that. The spin they get on the
Oh,
ball.
it's insane. There's a few hole-in-ones, wasn't there?
Yeah.
There's about 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's your tip?
Could be anyone.
Yeah.
I love the Masters. It's one of my favourite. That and the Ryder Cup, obviously. I love watching Tiger Woods. You know, it'd be amazing for him to do it again, but I'm going to go Koepka.
Good
I
show.
don't know why.
He loves that course. He's got a great record around
I'm
there.
just going for him.
Well, the-
Swagger as well, haven't he?
The,
Yes.
the American commentators, all today, we're all saying Scotty Scheffler is going to win by 10 shots.
I can't see any.
10 shots?
I can't see anyone beating
A
him.
lot of the commentators, the pundits, all these guys are all saying 10 shots.
Yeah,
Nobody's going
that's
to
a
touch
bit.
him.
That's a bit much, but
And I'm
I can't look
thinking,
past him.
the guy's putting, struggling with his putt. He's the best ball striker in the world at the moment. He's gonna put it in play.
If he just puts average, he's fine.
But
He's gonna
Augusta,
win.
if you don't putt, it'll find you out.
You ever
It'll
been, Joe?
always
Been
find
to
you out.
Augusta?
No, I haven't, no.
Bucket list?
Yeah, definitely. I was watching some of the highlights actually earlier. I think it was Bubba's kids. The girl hold free. And she only tapped it and it was gone.
Yeah.
It's like glass. You just see it. Fair play. I was just like, wow. But I'd love to go and watch it.
When we started Great Days Golf, one of our main vision back then was ultimately we want to be going to bucket list venues, taking clients, taking friends to Masters, Ryder Cup, British Open, whatever. And we're getting there fast. So Masters is on the list, Rich.
Masters is going to be on the list. The Open, obviously for the UK, we are still in the process of trying to put something together for Troon, a package there. Got a good contact now with Trump Turnberry, which is just a world-class golf venue. Obviously, used to be on the Open rota. I think Stuart Sink won there last time, did he?
Yeah. Who blew it?
He didn't
Tom Watson.
blow it, did he?
Tom Watson threw it away.
He was, how old was he? 85
Yeah,
at the time,
but
wasn't he?
still, we were all
59,
willing to
wasn't
win
he?
it.
Yeah,
I would love that.
Everyone wanted Tom Watson to win. That was the thing with Stuart Sink. I felt sorry for him because nobody wanted him
Yeah,
to
well
win.
done.
Yeah, well done. But yeah, we're going to start using world-class venues like that. So
Fantastic.
Fancy going to a live event?
Yeah, that'd be good.
JCB.
That's right up my street.
Yeah.
Bit of music as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So the week before the Open,
Week after.
week after the Open, because the Open's really exclusive, there's a live event in JCB.
JCB, there's only 3
Fancy coming?
days. There's
Yeah, I've heard
That's
about that
some
course.
golf course.
Yeah.
It is some golf course.
super exclusive. It's like
Looks
£160,000 a year joining fee or something, or membership.
Yeah.
They do 3 days there. There's no cut, so you're guaranteed to see the best players. Kepkas, your Rams,
Yeah.
all those guys
All
are going to
them.
be there.
McIlroy might be signed up.
McIlroy,
by
well, yeah.
What do you guys think about Live Golf?
Well, when it first came in, I'm a McIlroy fan. And I'm a bit of a traditionalist, you know. So I was a little bit, don't scupper this now, you know. Thought of if there was a rogue tennis tournament and those guys weren't playing in Wimbledon. That's what I was thinking. Those sort of things, you know. But then I thought, well, IPL cricket, love my cricket, but Test match is still going on, you know, and all that. And I get it. It is a short career, much like our careers in our professional sport. You know, because we just mentioned, you can still play on the senior tour and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't blame them. And if they get more time with their family and they are playing in a much more relaxed environment, and they can play in the majors and the Ryder Cup, I think that's the important thing for me, is that you see them in the majors and the Ryder Cup.
It's something a bit different because I think American golf, every week, they play in the same kind of golf courses. They're soft. They're pretty easy for those guys. There's no rough. There's a birdie fest. It's 24, 25 under every week. I like to see when par is a good score, level par. You see them not so much struggling, but if you're shooting 3 or 4 under par, you can appreciate that. Yeah. And I don't want to see 24, 25 under win on. You've got adverts all the time as well. With Live Golf, there's no adverts. It's continuous golf. It's a shotgun start. So everyone's teeing off at the same time on different holes. It's fantastic.
So we're going.
It's a
JCB.
good idea, yeah.
End of July, you and the boys want to come?
Yep,
We're
put
going,
us
mate.
down.
Yeah.
We're going to sort that out. It'll probably be 2-3 nights. Watch Live on the Sunday.
Yep.
And then maybe play a couple of courses nearby. Maybe at the Mia, we were thinking, potentially.
Yeah, I've heard that
So
one.
yeah, could be good.
The partnership has started anyway with PIF and the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
They've told Jay Monahan that yeah, you're going to have an overriding, but he's not. They're going to run it how they want to run it, and he's going to be a sort of figurehead for their side of the deal. And I was a bit like Sean, a bit of a purist, wasn't keen on it when it started. And then I saw the Joe Rogan podcast with Elon Musk as his guest. And this is a strange link, what made me change my attitude towards Liv. Elon Musk, Joe Rogan wanted to speak to him about his wealth, extremely wealthy individual, obviously. And he said, look, mate, you're one of the richest men in the world. Are there things you want to do? And he said, well, I'm not. He said, I personally know 6 trillionaires, Arabian princes or kings or sultans, whatever the title is. And he was like, can you comprehend how much more money that is than I've got? And he said, and he talked about Live Golf, and he said, look, these guys, if they want to put $900 billion to start a golf league, that's pocket money to them. It's literally pocket money.
Think they'd become a premium partner? I've
messaged Saudi Golf already.
Put the feelers out.
It's a hell of a flex, that, isn't it? I know 6 trillionaires.
And that's like, wow. It's
madness.
And it just goes to show that cash is king. And if they want something, undoubtedly in sport they're going to get, and they've shown that.
They've done that in football.
They've done it across all the sports. You know,
boxing, F1, football,
boxing,
everything pretty much now,
F1.
isn't it?
So it's going to happen.
Here we are.
So McIlroy's next. That's the next 950 million.
It's only a matter of time, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a lot of money to say no to.
He can't be left on his own, can he? You know,
no, he can't. No.
You know, it's going to happen.
Is he going to be playing again?
If he does, he might win the Masters.
Oh, that's harsh.
Sorry,
that's harsh.
That is harsh. I hope he goes and wins and proves me wrong.
So Brooks Koepka is Joe's tips. Now we got some videos of you, Joe, playing. So let's get back to your golf, because the weather's going to get better.
That's the shorts weather, shorts and a polo shirt.
Well, when you see this now, this was back in September.
Yeah,
it was roasting.
It's a lovely day.
If you remember, it was really
so hot, wasn't it?
And you were carrying your bag as well.
Yeah. There's no trolleys actually. It was sold out.
I
came late.
You got a trolley bag, haven't you?
I said I'll put them on the buggy.
That's a good vista.
So the green.
So we were deciding,
right.
weren't we, what club to use? Was it 200?
So the green is on the right, down the line of the path.
Yeah.
So what do you use there, Joe?
I think it was
like a 5 wood.
That's a 5 iron for you, Joe. That is.
And we're looking now just right to that very tall tree.
It's shocking your face.
He's nailed it, and it's 40 yards right.
I don't know whether I can't believe how far I've hit it, or the club.
Like your face.
Couldn't believe it.
Devastated.
Because that was one of the best strikes. Because I started off horrific on the first. I was so bad, and then I've hit a really good one, and it's just gone right over past the green, over the top, onto the other hole.
Right. Look on the plus side. Good nick there. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's why I thought I'd just carry my clubs. Keep the fitness levels up.
So you made a 4 from there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a big bush in the way there as well.
Oh, nice.
Just off the
green.
Just off the green,
Just off the edge. I thought he was going to go in the bunker.
That was a lucky shot.
No, it was a great day though, and the weather was fantastic.
Brilliant.
See, the weather makes such a difference.
Really good nick as well, doesn't it?
But yeah, anything over 200 yards par 3 for what, 90% of golfers?
You're taking a 4. You're taking a 4 all day long, aren't you? Happy with a 4.
There you go, in the dustbin lid.
There you go, finish it off.
Imperious from 3 feet.
Easy 4.
We got another one then. But
just the wrong club, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's it, I think.
But it's that rhythm.
Oh, here we
this
go.
is a fiddly little par 4.
Oh,
have it.
Technique is all over the place.
It's just.
Well, how did it end up there?
It went.
Well, he was aiming
left
so
to right like that, and then it's gone. It's a horrible lie. I think this second one. It's by the trick. There we go.
It's horrendous.
Yeah, this is tough.
I think I messed this one up.
It wasn't bad.
God,
it just didn't run.
The green's over to the right hand side.
Yeah.
That's a tough shot.
But you got it out, and it just grabbed. In
it did, didn't it?
In the rough.
Blaming other people, probably.
Sums up my luck today.
This is what you can work on now. See where you're aiming with your feet?
Yeah.
Like the green's to the right, and you've hit it.
That's where
yeah,
you're aiming,
where I was
yeah.
aiming, yeah. Just setting up really as well, which I need to work on.
Just work on that, and that'll come.
Also, the ball's below his feet there. And again, amateur golfers, like all of us, we what do we really do,
Yeah.
It's hard, isn't it?
It's
Walking
just
in behind
judging
the
those,
shot,
yeah.
It's always key. Walking in behind it so you can really see kind of where you need to be aiming.
Yeah.
Walking in behind it. Rather than coming in it from an angle, it's coming in from behind.
Yeah, and it's just patience with
this
me.
was a
I just
good
love
chip.
going up and just hitting it.
Smashing it.
Yeah.
You called this as well.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, just go in.
You watch now. Just like that. Just like that.
Oh,
Just like that.
I think it just goes past it, doesn't it?
Just
It's a
stop
great
at
chip.
the edge.
Great shot. It's a tough shot.
I
that
called
is.
it. Yes,
But it's how
That's an adventurous
firm
five.
you put that in then, see?
It's a
Yeah.
great 5.
Mate, it's a great 4 and a great 5.
Well, that's.
Yes.
I was just doing left, right, doggies. My mileage would have been unbelievable if
It was
I had.
army golf, mate. Army golf.
You're getting your
Left,
steps
right,
up,
left,
mate.
right.
Getting your steps
That's
up.
what golf's all about. That's what I love. It's just one of those where you could have a bad shot, but then your next shot could be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And it's like the next best thing. You've played sport yourself, and it obviously comes to an end. But then the next best thing is something
is.
like golf.
It is.
I remember on that, the one, I know how much you love golf now and enjoy those days because I don't know whether you can remember, you were saying, like, I might have to go and pick the kids up.
Yeah,
I might
that's
have to
right,
get
yeah.
away early. I said, no problem. If you only play 9, Joe, no worries. Forgot all about the kids. He's having too much fun.
Having a pint in the club.
You do realise it's 4 o'clock now.
Yeah.
And he went, it's okay. It's all good.
That's
I've
someone else.
sorted it
No,
out.
but honestly, the days you do is, the golf is amazing, but it's not that. It's a social side of it as well. Meeting yourself as well. First time we
Yeah.
met, gone straight away, meeting other people, networking, everything. It's just everything's run perfect, and it's just fantastic work.
Well, that's really kind of you, mate.
And obviously why you do. So,
Just
I
on
appreciate
that, Joe, we did something for Jason Bowen last year. Jason
Yeah.
Bowen Cup. We've got it again this year in Pylan Kenfig this year.
fantastic.
We sold it out already.
Yeah.
So it's done.
Great.
So
My name on it?
you're on there. You're on it. Don't worry.
I missed the last, and I was away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're on it. So hopefully, if you're available.
Yeah.
So if we got any sponsors out there, the Jason Bowen MND Cup, Pylan Kenfig, we'll put the date on the link. But Joe will be there, hopefully. Danny Gabardon, Scott Young, Andy Legg. Last year we had all sorts. We had Stevie Staunton there. Dean
Kavanagh.
Saunders, Graham Kavanagh came down. Loads came down. And it's football against rugby. We're looking for some sponsors to raise money for Jason Bowen's family. So, and Jason will be there, and it'll be a great day. So sign up as a sponsor for the Jason Bowen MND Cup. Now, can't let it go, Joe, on the Great Days Golf podcast without a little bit of Masters trivia. How much do you know? So 3 questions to Joe Ledley.
You're asking
Great
the
Days
wrong
Golf.
person, yeah.
It's multiple choice.
Some of these are quite tough.
It's multiple choice, right? Number 1, only 3. Number 1, who's the youngest Masters champion? Is it A, Tiger Woods, B, Jordan Spieth, or C, Gene Saracen?
I'm just going to go Tiger Woods.
Correct, is it? He's got 1 out of 1.
Oh, I'll take that. I'm
Can he
done
beat
now then.
Rod
yeah.
Woodward? Can he beat Reece William? Number 2, who holds the 72-hole scoring record at the Masters? A, Tiger Woods, B, Jordan Spieth, C, Dustin Johnson.
I knew this
Oh, that's
I
a
knew
tough
this
one.
This is,
You
a
know
tough,
it.
this is a tough one.
I'm going to go Spieth.
Boys?
Dustin Johnson.
There's Dustin.
But they've all,
do you know what? I was
they've all
gonna
held
say
it, though.
him.
They've all
But
held that, haven't they?
He
One
did
time.
it in the November when they played it in COVID.
Yeah.
And they
Salty
played
it.
20 under.
Wow.
They've all held that record, though, haven't they?
They have, yeah.
Yeah.
And last one for Joe. Who holds the record for the most consecutive rounds in the lead at the Masters? Is it A, Jack Nicklaus, B, Jordan Spieth, C, Arnold Palmer?
Do you know this? You do?
He knows everything. Nicholas Spieth Palmer.
Am I allowed to give him a clue?
Yeah.
You've said his name already.
Spieth.
Yeah! 2 out of 3 for Joe
That's a
Ledley.
good hint.
2 out of 3 for Joe.
I'm good memory, mate.
Can
Funny if
Rod
you said
Woodward
Tiger
be
Woods,
good?
yeah.
I know, yeah. No, I know.
Joe, thanks so much for coming on the Great
Oh,
Days Golf
thanks for having me.
podcast, taking in time out of your day or your Uber runs with the kids.
Yep.
We look forward to seeing you at some events this summer,
Yep.
and hopefully you'll join on some of our trips with
I'll be
Great Days
there.
Golf Travel. So, Joe, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for
Brilliant,
having me.
mate. Brilliant.
Cheers.